Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kind of book content and a little bit of lifestyle sprinkled in. And if you do know me and you're not new here, why can't I speak? If you're not new here, then welcome back. Let's just get on with this video because I'm so excited. So it is that day. It's finally the day that Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros is out. Do you know how long I've been waiting for this? Since November 2023. I am so excited. This does look shorter than the last two, but I don't feel like it is. I feel like it's probably similar, but I am so excited to finally read it. This is definitely shorter than I Am Flame, I can tell you that one. So I'm guessing she's probably got rid of, I'm hoping she's got rid of a lot of the filler stuff that she put in I Am Flame. Because there's a lot of filler stuff that I feel like did not need to be in that one. But I'm so excited to get to this book. Like, actually start it. I'm starting it as soon as I finish 7 Year Slip. That book is for a different video. That might be, I think, is out either just before this one or just after. Can't remember. But I got like 10% left of that book, so I'm like, I need to finish that before I start this one. But I will be starting this, if not tonight, tomorrow morning, or tomorrow at my lunch at work. So I wanted to do the intro because I'm so excited. I do want to say is I want to try and keep this spoiler free, because it's still quite new out. However, I am going to say that there might be spoilers in it. I'm going to try and keep the whole vlog section spoiler free and I do a spoiler section at the end where I can just talk about it, because I feel like it's going to be very hard to not actually have a spoiler section in this video. But I'm going to try my hardest to keep it spoiler free, because I know that a lot of people want to go in without any hearing any spoilers. This is the reason I am started reading this as soon as it's come out, so I don't have to see spoilers anywhere, because I can imagine the book community going to go feral for this and about this. So I'm so excited, and oh my god, I've not even looked at the cover yet. Obviously it's a normal black cover without the sheet, but look at the inside. Oh my god, look at that is just, I love it. I just think it's so cute. Xaden and Violet, I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this book. I'm really nervous, excited, but it is finally Onyx Storm time. I actually got this for my birthday present, technically. My best friend gave me a works gift card and I was savouring it for this moment. So I am so happy. So I will keep you updated when I made a start. I am going to be annotating this as well. So yeah, I'm so excited. I hope you are too. Hello, we're back to the usual spot of updating. However, I'm only 9% of the way through Onyx Storm so far. I'm on chapter 6. It's not that far, literally. I've read that much, but I've tabbed so much already. I'm actually thoroughly obsessed with it so far. Which is really weird to say, because not much has happened, but also so much has happened at the same time. I feel like it's quite intense straight away, which I like, because it's just kind of you're in there. I feel like because I haven't read I reread Fourth Wing, but I didn't read Iron Flame, which I was meant to do, and I was like, I could do, but I didn't want to. Now it's too late. I'm not putting this on hold to reread Iron Flame, so don't come to this, because it will be here till end of February. Not happening. And I think I get paid tomorrow, and I'm very tempted, because I've got to sit in a hospital probably for a while. I'm very tempted to buy it on my Kindle as well, so that I can read it on my Kindle when at night and in the, because it might be quicker. But obviously I still want to annotate it, so it's still gonna be one of those things. But I am very much enjoying it. Xaden and Violet, my heart is going out for them because I'm loving them, but you can see there's tension there, and if you've read Iron Flame, the end of Iron Flame, you know why. And it's reading it here, I'm like, oh my god, my heart can't take this. I love them. And it's just, I'm worried of how this could end just by the way the beginning is going. I know it sounds really silly because I've not even got that far in, but I'm like, I feel like something tragic is going to happen, and I'm just scared. Very scared. I forgot about one plot thing happening, and then I was like, when I read it, I was like, oh yeah. it is actually an earlier update from me because I have the morning off work because I had a blood test this morning, and I'm not going to lie to you, I genuinely thought I was going to be at the hospital a lot longer, so I bought Onyx on my Kindle so I can sit at the doctor's hospital and read it until I got called. But I literally was in there for like 5 minutes, there's no point in picking up my Kindle. But I'm still glad I've got it on my Kindle because it means that like when I'm sitting in bed at night I can read it and I'll highlight what I want to annotate so I can go back if I really need to. And also it's just a bit easier to read on my Kindle and then just go through my books, the bits where I want to annotate. It still takes the same time, but I will still be taking a physical book with me to work, and I'm going to try my hardest to like actually use the physical book still to read, because I do want to get back into reading physical books because I only seem to read stuff on Kindle. But yeah, and I'm actually starting work in half an hour, so Zayden is breaking my heart. Zayden and Violet is breaking my heart. Like, I can't talk too much about it because, again, it's spoilers. What has just happened has just broken my heart in some ways. I'm like, oh, I can just feel the tension and the sadness from Violet because of it, and I am really enjoying this book, and I'm only on chapter 7. I am hoping to try and make a big dent in it this weekend / tonight, but we will see, because I really would like to get a bit more into it, because I'm only, like I said, on chapter 7, that's not much into the book, but I am enjoying it so far, which is always a good sign that when I'm only on like that many chapters I'm already enjoying it. I have, like I said, have been waiting a year and 2 months for this book because I read Iron Flame literally the week it came out. And it's going to be the same with this one, and I have no clue if there's going to be another book or when the next one will be out. So I'm going to be in so much pain waiting for that one as well. Hello! Okay, a little bit of an update on Onyx Storm. We are about 27% of the way through the book, and I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. I didn't get as much read this weekend as I would have liked to, but I did get quite a bit done. I'm now on chapter 17, and when I say I wish I could just sit and I kind of really wish I had booked a weekday off from work just to sit and binge it. I'm not going to waste my annual leave to do that because no, but I really want to like read as much as possible, so I'm going to like try and get as much done. I think by Friday evening, I'll be just sitting at home reading because I need to finish this on Friday or late Saturday morning. But I'm really enjoying the book. But I am very much enjoying it. I am so stressed for many reasons, like a good stress, like a stress that makes me want to continue. Like there's a situation with Violet and Zayden that I'm just not loving, and but at the same point at moments I'm like, oh, but I just want to know what's going to happen, and I have no idea how this is going to like play out, and I'm just so intrigued. So I'll give you an update on Onyx Storm because I'm 47% of the way through. Guys, it is Thursday. I want to finish this by tomorrow night. Am I going to finish it tomorrow night? Who knows. Anyway, let's have an update on this book because I am really enjoying it. I was at work and I feel like the most intense chapter happened. Was it at work? Was it today? Oh my god, that's how long today's been. It was today. It was my first lunch. And oh my god, the chapter I read was so intense. I won't say what happened because I'll leave it for the spoiler section. But I wrote it down in my notes specifically to talk about. But what happened was, oh my god, and what is still going on, I'm like, oh my god, my heart. I don't think I'm prepared for what's going to happen in the rest of this book. Like, I really am not prepared. I won't lie to you, I am getting a bit bored at some points. And I was like, oh. I just don't know if it's with my energy when I'm reading it or if it's just I am thoroughly enjoying it though, and I love Zayden. I love Riddick. I don't know his name, but oh my god, that character has been, I just love him. He's just so funny, and he brings out the banter that when you're thinking, oh, so he just has something witty to say. I love him. Dane is starting to not annoy me as much as he used to, which is really, really shocking. Okay, ignore the sound of the printer. I'm getting my stuff ready to do my book journal, but I just wanted to come and talk about this book because I'm not finished yet. Still reading it. I got too tired last night to read, so I put it on pause one night. I've read some this morning as well. Aiming to try and finish today. 71% of the way through, which doesn't feel like much compared to what's left. But I'm at the same point so nervous. But I'm so excited to just binge it. So I think I'm going to try and do my book journal at least. I have stuff in my junk journal to do, but I might not do that today. Just because I really want to finish this book before I go for dinner with my friend. But at the same point, she's not going to finish it by then. So I'm not going to have to, like, I can't talk to her about it anyway. So I'm not sure. But this book, I can't talk too much about it because all the things I want to talk about are spoilers. And then there's a cat. And if you've read the book, you know the name. And that's all I'm saying. Not cat the character, but there's an actual animal. There's a cat. And the name of it is just so funny. I can't talk too much about it because I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but it will be in the spoiler section, so you know. Go check that out afterwards and you'll find out. But oh my god, it's so good. I mean, there is parts of it I'm a bit bored in, and I'm like, could have cut that out, but at the same point I'm still loving everything else I'm reading. It is so good, and I think it's definitely better than Iron Flame. To you, I'm not allowing myself to accept what is happening in this book. I actually cannot. What is recently happened in this book and the developments we've had, I'm like, nope. Zayden it's breaking my heart about Zayden. I can't do it. I just can't. No one prepared me for this, and I should have been prepared from the last book, but I won't lie to you, I kind of feel like I should have reread the last book because I don't actually remember what happened at the end. But I remember like the basic things of what happened at the end of Iron Flame, so I do know. But it's just like, oh my god, what has just happened? Hello, okay, one sec, this is really annoying. Stay. I'm doing my hair. I thought whilst I'm doing my hair we will talk about this book because I finished it last night and I said I'd talk about it in the morning when I woke up, and my hair looks a little bit dishevelled because I went out last night and the weather was just a bit cold and my hair's liking. So I'm going to straighten my hair whilst I talk because I've got 2 videos to film today and I don't really want to be looking, I don't know what just fell, but it's fine. I don't want to be looking terrible, so I'm just going to quickly go through the straighteners. But this is the spoiler-free review, and then I will do a spoiler review. So, honestly, this book, I can't tell you how much I actually love this book. Like, I really enjoyed Iron Flame. I know not everyone did, but I actually really enjoyed Iron Flame, just not as much as Full Thing. I picked this book up thinking, okay, like, I have no clue what to expect from this book. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm scared. Also, my hair won't take that long. I won't lie to you. I never take that long my hair. It's just my fringe, mainly. But I always go through the whole hair because there's no point just doing the fringe and nothing else. But I went into this book going, I'm nervous. Like, I kind of remembered what happened. I watched a recap on YouTube of Iron Flame so I could get an idea of reminding myself of what actually happened in Iron Flame and at the end of Iron Flame. And oh my god, it was, I kind of forgot I guess the important bits. However, I went into this book going, oh my god, I know nothing. Like, honestly, know nothing. And don't get me wrong, there was things I actually forgot. Like, and I genuinely was like, oh my god, I don't actually remember what's happening. And there's people I forgot. But, all in all, I think I remember pretty much well. And oh my god, this book just has my heart. Xaden and Violet, my heart breaks. That's all I can tell you, without spoiling it. But I love Xaden and Violet so much. And honestly, I can't tell you how much I just want things to work out for them. And I just know. And I'm not prepared to wait 2 years for the next book to come out. So book 4 is coming out in 2027 apparently. And that's what I heard from Larissa, like Larry Reads, on TikTok today, because I was like watching her theories this morning, because I was like, now that I've read it I can like look at like stuff on TikTok. I avoided my BookTok account specifically because I didn't want spoilers. So now that I know I've read the whole book and there's no spoilers for me, I was like, okay, I can definitely look at them now. And so I was like watching all these people's theories on Onyx Storm ending, and I'm like, I actually can't, like, if you can see how much I tabbed this book, it's insane. Like, oh yeah, no. Sorry, I realised I was like to my friend, the others don't have clouds on it, but they do. It's just not, the brown. Anyway, I need to put my hair grip in now. But yeah, let me just get my hair grips, 1 sec. Oh, there they are. They're not available. Fuck are they? I just absolutely loved this book, and I know it wasn't everyone's cup of tea. It's not my favourite one. Like, it doesn't beat Iron Flame. Iron Flame will always be my favourite. I think it's one of those ones that, like, I just absolutely loved. However, I really, really, really enjoyed the book, and I can't not give it a 5 stars because it's the only one that actually, it gave me more feelings than Iron Flame, and I gave Iron Flame 4.75, so it wasn't like, so I was like, I can't give it 4.75 because I feel like I like this one way more than Iron Flame, but like, not as much as Fourth Wing. So yeah, take with that what you will, but I thoroughly enjoyed this book, so I'm giving it a 5 stars. This was a terrible, like, spoiler-free review. However, join me in a minute, and if you want to see spoilers, then carry on. If you are not going to watch the spoilers, that's fine. If you have watched this far in the video, then I do hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video that will be fully spoiler-free. However, I'm going to take you over to my tripod and put some lip balm on, and we can then just talk about my spoilers for this book. Okay, we are at the spoiler section. If you haven't tuned off now, at the end of the last clip, tune off, because I am about to talk all spoilers for Onyx Storm, and I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it. I'm hoping you've read it now since it's been out, but obviously I know not everyone reads it on publication. Like most of the other books I get on publication, I don't read as soon as it comes out. I wait months and months and months and then I pick it up. But with this book I couldn't wait months and months and months, but now I have to wait 2 years, so don't know. But if you don't want to know what happens in Onyx Storm, and you don't want any spoilers, tune off now, because I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, you've had your warning, let's go. I have made a list of everything, spoilers, and like, not everything, I wrote spoilers but didn't say everything I thought, but I remember how I thought. But I have a long list, like literally a long list. Like it starts from up here and it goes all the way down. You can't see that, but it's a long list. So we're just gonna talk. This book had everything in it. I can't tell you, my overall thoughts on this are shocked. If I remember, I'll put up the emojis that I sent to my friend, because my friend told me yesterday to send her an emoji for how I felt when I finished the book. So I sent her 3 because I couldn't choose between one. I put the mind-blowing one, like oh my god, and I put the shocked emoji, and I put the the crying emoji, like the one with the little tear going down the eye. But yeah, what's that? But yeah, those 3 emojis are what I kind of relate to that ending of that book. However, we've got a lot of spoilers to go through. I don't want to waste my battery, so let's go on. So my first spoiler is chapter 6, and it's mainly Xaden and Violet, where Xaden says if he goes too far, she's the one to stop him. And obviously we kind of got that spoiler from Rebecca when she did like a little spoiler thing on her Instagram, where she said, it said like Violet is the only one who'll be able to kill Xaden, and it's like, it's still, even though I knew that was coming, it was one of those things I was like, no, I can't. I actually can't. I need my water. I can't affect it. Like, sorry, Xaden and Violet are like literally my favourite couple. One of my favourite couples to exist. And the idea of it not working out for them was just not in my brain. And then I have like chapter 7 where Violet gets charged with high treason for, oh, what was it for? Like, it was like going towards, I actually can't remember what it was for now, that's actually really annoying. But like, she gets charged with high treason, and I was like, that's a bit crazy. And the only way she got punished was basically her whole squad had to like leave and go to like one of the battlefields like Arisha and like try and yeah, it was interesting. I will say Dane's dad I am not a fan of at all. Like, I really wished Dane's dad just did not exist. Like, why did he exist? He was just a very inconvenience. He was just inconvenience that was not needed in this book at all. Did not like him, did not need him to take over. I did forget that Violet's mum died at the end of the Iron Flame. So I was like, at the beginning they were talking about Violet's mum being dead, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, shit. That happened. But yeah, and then I move on to chapter 10, where Violet is going after Marion's family, and there was a potential part of Tarn, her dragon, being dead. And I was like, no, I am not accepting anything like this happening to Violet. Not Violet or Violet's dragon. Not happening. Obviously, I think it's too early. If they're going to die, it's not going to be this early in the book. But it was a scary moment. My whole heart stopped. I felt like my heart stopped. I went on a pause for a moment because I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Can't do it. We then move swiftly on to chapter 27. I think it's because I forgot I was making spoiler notes, because otherwise I'd forget. I have the worst memory in the world, even if I've just read a book. I'll remember like what's just happened, but I won't remember during the book. Sounds really bad, but that's literally it. So we got to chapter 27, where Xaden is able to use his venom powers in a place with no magic. Now, I know Violet had a conduit, which kind of has a little bit of magic there, and that kind of probably helped. But he used the magic to kill everyone there because they tried to hurt Violet, and I'm like, when you realise his powers are only like being affected because of Violet, like trying to save Violet, like that shows that he's still human and he's still him, even though he's got the venom inside him and he's got the power inside him. Violet will be just that. Violet is always his like his anchor, and it's like, I can't. Sorry, I'm like trying to make sure I don't get a cold, or like I feel fine because I've got rehearsals today and I don't want to be like missing it. Moving on, this is chapter 30 and 31. That was Xaden choosing to fight as the strongest, and Arik, the so we met Holden, who is Violet's ex-boyfriend, and he's like the king, or I don't think he's the king, but he's like a prince. He's authority basically, and they took him off the quest squad because he well, he was a bit of a dick, and he just kind of like went for his own purposes rather than actually what they were trying to go for. So then Arik took over and went on, and Arik wants to fight, but everyone's saying no to him fighting. And then Dane is taken as well to fight with Xaden. And in order to fight, they have to like give their blood. And then, whilst Xaden and Dane are the strongest, Violet then gets chosen to be the weakest by the priestess. That fight was intense. Like, Dane got injured, badly hurt, but Xaden and Violet won their fight, which was obviously good. Then we got chapter 33, 34 and 35, because I just put them all into one. We meet Xaden's mum. Like, did I ever think in any of the books we'd meet Xaden's mum? I thought, no, that'd be it. We would never ever see her. Like, no. Oh my god, we meet Xaden's mum. I honestly can't tell you how I feel about that woman, because I don't really think I like her. Well, no, I don't like her, but anyway, we meet her mum, and she thinks she could just come into his life now after years of not being there. Like, she abandoned him when he was like 7 because the contract was up and she had to leave. So she abandoned him, and yeah. And then there was a point in that book where I genuinely thought in that chapter that I thought him and Violet would get married. They were like planning to, he was like write up the contract to marry, but it would be Violet's or girl's name on the contract, not Kat's. And then at the end, thinking it was his mum poisoning him, and like the whole of them, it was actually, I don't remember his name, but one of the it was his mum's partner, husband, whatever, father to her new kids, poisoned everyone in the cake, which then made Garrick nearly die, which I can't take. Like, I still think something's happening to Garrick, and it's scaring the hell out of me, because nothing was addressed at the end of this book, which now I'm like, I need the next book to address what's going on with Garrick as well. Because this is spoiled for the ending, but I didn't write it down so I'll not forget. Garrick, by the end of the book, was like, you can see, like, very tired. And I'm not saying that they probably all were very tired. There's a lot going on. It's been a lot's happened in this book. But the point is, why is he the only one, like, you're visibly saying is tired? Something is obviously up. Anyway, in then chapter 36, Riddick nearly died. They made it seem like Riddick was going to die, and I was like, I can't. Riddick quickly became my favourite character in this book, because he was like the one person who was so funny, light of the book, and it made me laugh, sarcastic, great fun, but also, and I saw it on TikTok today, he's one of the only people who fully chose Violet and stayed with Violet the whole time. Like, don't get me wrong, Xaden chooses Violet, will always fight with Violet, but he obviously had other things to fight for as well, and therefore, really is like leading a squad, but Riddick is just really there for Violet. And like, obviously they're all fully there and all love Violet. There's not saying they don't. But I love Riddick so much. And then he gets stabbed and you're thinking, oh shit, he's dead. Then you read the next chapter, he's not dead. He's just like, he just cut into his flight jacket. And I was like, thank God for that. I honestly couldn't handle the idea of Riddick dying. I was like, I would have thrown my book at the window. I would have not even bother reading the rest of the book. I'd be like, it's not even worth reading. I'm just gonna make my tea because that's going cold. Oh god. I think I put too much sugar in this. It's okay. And then in chapter 38, they go to this other aisle and they're doing this, like, I guess not a lucky dip, but it's kind of like a lucky dip. They get given gifts, and each one of them gets given a gift, and they have to just accept it whether they like it or not. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Go back. Oh god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They get given a gift and they have to accept it. They can't, even if they don't like it, they have no choice but to accept it. Like, I think Riddick gets a cat, or one of them gets a cat, and it's like they don't need a cat on his quest squad. They're like literally going off trying to find the Irids, which is Adana's family, and instead, so and they get given a cat because what the hell. But at the end of this gift one, Traeger is the last person to get a gift. Now don't get me wrong, I kind of don't feel that connected to Traeger, but I was still quite like, it still hit. Traeger gets the last person to get the gift, and it's like he gets an arrow. He turns around and this arrow is in his heart and he dies, and it's like, what? I was in so much shock. I was like, this is not what I needed to see. I don't need to, like, it felt way too early for people to be dying in the book. I was like, I can't. Like, we already, like, 2 people died at the beginning of the book, but I can't remember people's names, but one of them thought one of the people who was, like, leading the squad, like, and they were hierarchy, that's the reason why Holden took the job, I guess. I think it was King. I think it was the King. God. Me and my memory is really bad. I think King Tari got killed. I think it was him. I might be wrong though. Don't hold me to that. But yeah, when Traeger died, I was like, can't do this, guys. This is not prepared. And then Mira takes the cat, and then Riddick says, it's not that, it's broccoli. Riddick named the cat broccoli. Like, what the actual hell? It made me laugh so much. I think like it was like, what I love about this book is it's got it's so intense, the intensity is there, but it has the little light moments that make you laugh, and it's like, okay, you know, that's what I need. And then chapter 42, finally they're on this desert and they don't find the Irids, which is Adana's family. Adana's, I think I don't know his name. The Irids find them to then basically say Adana is a disappointment to them. She's weak. She's like turning against everything that they are, and it's all Violet's fault. And basically, not even wanting to like. So Adana's so excited to meet her family. She's like, "Oh yeah, like you won't." And they won't take her to like help. Like, they won't teach her anything. It's like so sad. So then they fly off, but before they fly off, two of them are like, oh, I'm tempted. And then they see Xaden, who's got like amber rings around his eyes, and they're like, no, we're not staying because you dark wielder. And then at this point, Riddick then fights. Basically, Violet has to explain to Riddick that Xaden channeled venom power to save everyone at the end of Iron Flame, and so he's like turning villain, I guess. Like, she's trying her hardest to save him and like save the soul and stop venom taking over his life, but obviously can't. And I'm when I say this, it's giving me like vibes from like what's the one, like Once Upon a Time, like when Emma gets turned into the Dark One and she's trying so hard to fight it and fight it for so long, and then suddenly, that is what's giving me vibes, because like it's kind of similar. But so Riddick finds out about Xaden, and then she's like pissed because Violet's kept another secret from him, and so then she has to tell him everything, and he then goes like, what's your limit? Like, what is your limit to when you're gonna like go, that's it, like, what is your limit? It was intense. And then also Xaden kind of, I wouldn't say gives up, but he definitely goes and wallows and gets broody about the idea of like, oh, he's the reason that Adana didn't get to go with her family, all this. Then we move to chapter 50, like so much happens so quickly. Chapter 50, we find out Violet's second signet. Now, it's always being talked about, especially since Iron Flame, that Violet is going to have a second signet. And, like, you can just feel it. You know she's going to have one, but when is it going to be revealed? We waited for 50 chapters to find out what it is. What is these? I know it's because she has 2 dragons as well, but also some people can't get a second signet. I've heard like Garrick has one. So, but Violet finds out she's a dream wielder, so she can go into people's dreams. Like if she's with them while she's asleep, she can go into their dreams. So she went into Xaden's dream. She went when she was in Orisha, and she's in the same room as I can't remember, Marin or someone. I actually can't remember which character it was. I'm really bad at remembering names. There's a lot of them. She went into their dream, so she's like she's a dream wielder. She walks through their dreams while she's asleep, and it's crazy. Chapter 53, 3 chapters later, one of the Irids comes back and basically kind of protects them and saves them at the time, and tells Adana to break the bond with Violet so she can go and like learn from them, and it could take a few years and then she could come back. She leaves. Adana breaks the bond and leaves Violet, which I know she's always wanted to have a family, so like it's kind of happy in that way, but it was so sad. I actually remember crying, putting my Kindle down and going, okay, what the actual hell just happened? So that happened, and I honestly, I can't, it breaks my heart, and I'm just going to blow my nose, bear with. Moving on, I feel like we're near the end of my little spoiler section, so it's okay. In like chapter 57 and 8, like Theophany, who is the like sage, the Venin who they're fighting in this book, well, Violet's fighting in this book, she takes Mira, as in Violet's sister, and you know, you're like, oh my god. And just before that, there's this whole chapter of like, well, in that chapter, Brennan and Violet and Mira, and I guess Xaden's in it, but like, he's not really joining in, are like having this whole discussion / argument about like the fact that Violet remembers her dad taking her to like a place to be blessed or something, and like saying that she could turn Venin, and I'm like, no. And so at this point in my head thinking, oh my god, by the end of this book, Violet's going to turn Venin, and she's the one who's going to turn like a proper turn rather than Xaden, and it's going to be like intense. That's what I was going for at first. But that happened, and so they all left in like a battle argument, and then Mira got taken by Theophany, and the fear. This was another moment of like Riddick when you're thinking someone's going to die and you're not really prepared for it. So, in chapter 59, they go off after Mira, finding Mira, and oh my god, to save Mira basically. So she goes to Theophany, goes to save Mira, and then Theophany's like, we lie, and then slits Mira's throat. Like, what the actual fuck? And so Violet does everything she can, and she's like runs over to Mira. Xaden like puts shadows over them with Taryn and Mira, and like Brennan's there trying to be a healer, but he's like struggling, he can't do it. And Xaden says to Violet, like all this stuff, like breathe because he needs to go, and it says don't turn because he needs to go off and like go fight. But she's like saying don't turn, basically saying like don't turn Venin. Like out of all people you cannot turn to Venin, and it's like, oh my god. Anyway, Violet's there with her brother Taryn, and then Sloane comes along and gives Violet something, and then Sloane takes the powers from Dane to help heal Mira. And oh my god, Dane in this one moment was being so calming towards Sloane and helping her, and it was just like, this is where Dane, this book, and I will talk about it a bit more at the end, redeemed Dane. This book redeemed Dane in so many ways, but we'll get to that. And then they managed to save Mira, and they took her somewhere safe, and it was like everything. One sec, I need my tea again because it's gonna get cold, and I don't want it to get cold. So they took Mira safe, she's saved, and then we get in chapter 61 a Rhiannon point of view, which really shocked me. Now don't get me wrong, I like having different point of views, and I love seeing other people's point of views in books, very random and rogue to have it, but also, can I just say, not when Violet's currently fighting Tiffany and I'm having to wait a chapter to get to where she is, back to Violet, because I'm having to read someone else's chapter. I was like, no, I want to read Violet's. Like, no. But it was so nice seeing someone else's point of view for like a moment. And then back to Violet. And then we get Imogen's point of view in chapter 63. And I was like, oh gosh. And this is when I had like 20 minutes left of the book. So I was like, no. This is not the time. And that chapter was like, I had 30 minutes left of the book. But that chapter was 15 minutes long. And I was like, this is like the last half of the book. This is like the last half of those 2-3 chapters. I'm like, I can't. What's going to happen? Oh my god. That chapter broke my heart. Quinn. Someone actually does die, and I feel like I'm gonna cry about it. Quinn dies. And I need to find it. I can't. She says that. So then, when Quinn dies, what happens is that they have a flashback. Imogen's having a flashback of when she met Quinn, like her best friend, and they meet at Parapet, and when they're walking over, like when they're going to go into the Riders' Squadron, and Quinn went to Imogen that I think we should be friends, and she goes, you do realise we're about to cross and we could die, is when it could be a very short friendship. And I'm just like, oh my god, it was so cute. I loved. That was a very sad chapter. I was not prepared for it. Also, at some point in this whole, like when Violet's fighting Stephanie, I can't remember what chapter because I kind of like I didn't write it down. And Dana came back. Bless and Dana, she came back, and I was like, oh, I know, I love you. I kind of thought we wouldn't be lost without her, but we would not see her again. And we had to see her again. Like, there's no way she would just like leave and not come back. Not when Violet needed her. But now the ending. That ending. Violet, when Xaden turns fully venom, takes the power, turns fully venom, and then Sagel, his dragon's like, what part of the soul do we have that left, basically. He then opens his mind and lets the ice down and opens his mind for Sagel to go in because he loves his dragon. And she sees basically Violet, and like Violet is the source to save him basically in some ways, and like she's like seeing him and saying like, well, no one would actually marry you and Violet. I got this Larry's thing as well, but Larry's little TikTok as well as reading it, but basically then he said someone owes him a favour, as in the High Priestess, as earlier in the book he goes, you owe me a favour, and that's who he uses. And then by the end of it, so obviously Violet finds out he's taken the power and he's turned venom, and it's all a bit crazy. And then the last chapter is 24 hours later or so, and Violet's waking up very hazy. She doesn't remember a thing. All she remembers is killing Theophany, and then like she looks at her finger and there's like a ring on her finger. She finds out she marries Xaden, and then there's a little thing saying, oh god, what was it? I actually need to get this right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't look for me, it's yours now. Basically, what I got from Larry's video is his soul, basically. She's given him. He's given her. And then she looks at Imogen and she goes, what did you do? And then she goes, what you asked me to. So she sees us inclining that Violet asked her to take away her memories after the wedding. And so she doesn't remember anything that happened. She's just married to Xaden, has his soul, and then like... And like the fact that Xaden marries Violet and she has his soul shows that Violet is the only one that can save him. Now, the only one who can save him from the evil that's becoming him. But, and we've seen it once upon a time, people who become evil, someone saves them and actually brings them back to who they are. Like Emma Swan, for example, on Killing Jones in season 5. Now, but, like, I can't take the idea that they're not going to be together. And I saw on TikTok earlier, what if, like, someone says, like, the quote is saying there's nowhere in the world that I would go and would find you, that I wouldn't find you, violence. But she says it's to Xaden in the next book. Now we have to wait 2 years to find out. 2 years to find out now what happens next. I can't. However, like I said in the other review, I'm going. The book's a 5-star. However, I said I'll talk about Dane. I think this book very much redeemed Dane. I loved Dane in this book. Bless you. I actually really like Dane in this book compared to in the other ones. He annoyed me for Full Swing, and I did not like him in Iron Flame. However, he quickly redeemed himself in this book in several different ways, and it doesn't make up for what he did, but it does, like, I guess, help me like him a bit more. So that's my thoughts. Anyway, I'm not sure how good the spoiler section was, so I'm really sorry, but I just did the same thing. I was thinking, like, all those bits. And I'm not prepared to wait for 2 years for the next book to find out. And, yeah. Anyway. Excuse me. I'm going to end this vlog here. If you did enjoy watching my reading vlog and my spoiler section, then please give the video a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Please subscribe. And I will see you again very soon in another video. Bye.